We have now loaded in, and Welshie there with some fantastic lag. As here we go on Shakura's Plateau. Spawning down here in the bottom right hand corner from FaDe, managing to take away the last game and get up 1 in this best of 9 all kill. We do have FaDe's XL. And up here in the top left hand corner, we do have our orange Terran player, known so much for his 1-1-1s. We do have ToR's Serpent. So it is going to be a PvT. As mentioned there in the chat, there was actually... Have we seen any Zerg? Oh yes, we did see Zerg. What am I saying? Of course we've seen Zerg. So it is a Protoss versus Terran here. Now, Serpent, very, very strong player, as I've mentioned many times before, but XL showing some fantastic play in the last game, actually managing to hold off a proxy 2 racks with 1 gate. Sorry, proxy 2 gate with 1 gateway, then throwing down that forge a bit later on as well. So we know XL's got fantastic play in him. We know that he's a very, very strong player. So we'll see if he's actually able to do hold off Serpent's playstyle, which is that 1-1-1 style, or will he possibly just go for a standard play, as he is quite known to do that. So XL might try a little bit of metagame style, and really just go for the counter on the 1-1-1, where Serpent will just go, no, I'm not going to do it, and come in with some sneaky macro style play. But we'll see how we go, as it looks like XL there actually getting a little bit of damage on that probe, wants to try and keep it alive for as long as possible. Oh, another big hit going down on it, but here we go. Gateway going down here inside the actual base of XL. Gas also going down for him as well, while the barracks is just about to complete up for Serpent. Now, if none of you know about Shakura's Plateau, you do have a very easy defended natural expansion. Taking your third base, you do have 2 options which you can take it. You can decide to take this little pocket expansion up here, which is very, very close to your natural expansion. Now, it can be seen by this Zelnaga tower, so it really requires you to have that map, or the center control on the map. Or you can decide to take the one down a little bit south of it, where it's just basically another main or another natural expansion which you can take, and then later just progress on into the main of that. As actually Serpent here throwing down an expansion, I believe that did go down on 17 supply. So he did throw down a 17 command center, as it looks like XL is going to throw down his expansion as well on 19 supply. They're going to be throwing down that Nexus, so we are going to see macro style out of both of these players. Oh, excuse me. As it looks like here, XL is going to be getting a little bit of a look at that Zelnaga tower. Going to be seeing if anything's possibly coming out of Serpent. Possible Marines heading across the map. They're doing a little bit of poke, but it looks like they're just going to be sitting back at home. We should be seeing Serpent throw down a bunker. Coming up soon, there should be a bunker going down there. As 2 more racks being thrown down, and actually 2 more gas also being thrown down there by Serpent. Keeping up with that SCV production, which we do expect coming out of him, while 2 more gateways are being thrown down inside the base of XL. Warp Gate Research getting chrono boosted there out by him, as the Nexus down at the natural expansion is now 3/4 of the way completed. Sentry on the way as well for XL. These sentries are so important in PvT. Just really holding off that early aggression. Lets you get that nice split as well on those Marines and forcing them to run into your Zealots. Very, very strong unit early on, and even in the late game as well for PvT. Having a quick look up here inside Serpent space, we can see him going for this Stimpack Research, as the Orbital Command is coming down at the natural expansion. Stimpack Research takes so long to upgrade. It's always good to get that nice and early. It's take 170 seconds. That's so long for that to go. I believe that was done a few patches ago, but we'll see what does happen now as a reactor does come down here, and a tech lab also going down there as well. So there are going to be a fair few Marauders coming out here by Serpent, as he is going to have 2 tech labs down on the field. No sign of a factory coming out of him just yet. That should be happening very shortly, as he now has 150 gas. Will he just start that Marauder production straight away? As it looks like now he's now preparing to throw down the factory. Factory slightly delayed. He Could have got that down about 80 gas earlier. But it is now on its way down as Stimpack research is slightly about halfway complete. And 2 more gateways going down inside the base of XL. So XL going to be running on 5 gates here on these 2 bases for now. We should be seeing a Robo or possibly a Twilight going down by him very shortly. He's currently running off 2 gas guys as they're just inside the main. No gas yet down at the natural expansion as it looks like he's going to be heading out across the map, possibly able to deal a fair amount of damage as there's really not too much. He does have this probe here so that he can get a nice little warp in point. No observer actually out on the field just yet to really utilize that high ground and the pylon to warp in on it. Preparing for Heart of the Swarm where you're not actually going to be able to warp in on the high ground. Oh yeah. As there are 3 Zealots here and a Sentry as well. It looks like we do have 2 more Sentries and some Stalkers following up behind it. Serpent, is he actually going to have enough here? I don't believe he is, especially with force fields. Those units are just going to be forced straight onto the Zealots. So I wouldn't mind seeing SCVs possibly start to get pulled now and prepare for this. Or another bunker going down. It looks like Serpent's going to be heading out across the map. And he is going to see the army, so he knows it's there. He knows the aggression's coming, and SCVs should now be getting pulled down to this bunker. And more bunkers going down, but it's not going to be enough as he's actually going to surrender the natural expansion. No, here he comes down. Loses the bunker almost instantly, though. And now SCVs are coming in, but all these units are just going to be dying so quickly. But is it going to be enough here by XL to really clean this up? Great force fields there, trapping all those units. Fantastic play here by XL. Make it so only a few units can hit at a time. Those sentries dealing a lot of damage onto those marauders. And he is going to have enough here to actually clean out this natural expansion. More zealots coming in from behind. And there we go, the supply depot going up. So Serpent has now lost his natural expansion. And XL looks like he's in such a strong position right now. More sentries coming in. More zealots coming in as well. So he's in such a strong position right now. Actually catching a marauder there on the outside. And he's going to be coming up here, cleaning out a lot of these Marines with the Stalkers. Stalkers are very, very strong against those Marines. And that Marauder at the back there, will it get taken out? It does. So it looks like Serpent may be in such a bad position here as the wall is now broken down. And it looks like XL's in the base and have free run now. And it should be GG very shortly. Actually going for a repair on that command center. There's just not too much he can do though with the warpins constantly flowing in by XL and Serpent not being able to really produce too many units. He is losing those backs. He is currently out of resources now. And it looks like this will be GG here by Serpent. Last ditch effort. The SCVs are now being pulled. Stalkers cleaning them up quite nicely. Zealots also coming in from behind. Cleaning that up. More coming in. And there's the GG. Well played there. And XL manages to take out the second point there for FaDe. While ToR is still currently on 1. So here we go, spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of Ohana. We do have our yellow Protoss player taking out the past 2 games. Very, very strong player representing FaDe. It is FaDe's XL. And down here in the bottom right-hand corner, thinking he's going to come away with an all-kill tonight, saying it so many times in the ToR chat. We do have our purple Zerg player representing ToR. It is Ozliam. So guys, we saw before XL there. Fantastic play coming out of him in the previous game. Such a strong player there. And we'll see how he does go here in a PvZ. As it looks like he is just going to go for the standard fast expand opening there down at the natural expansion. Some great positioning there, actually getting it nice and perfect. So you can position a building on either one of those sides. While Ozliam actually went for a 10 Overlord. As you can tell, he does have 3 drones in production. That does mean they did go for the 10 Overlord. It is slightly less economic by like, I think it's like 3% or something, slightly less economic. But, you know, we'll see how it does play out for Ozliam. Ozliam thinking that he's going to come away with an all-kill tonight. As actually, I didn't adjust the sound back. There we go. Yeah, he does think he's going to come away with an all-kill tonight. He's a very, very strong player. He is currently ranked 2 in Platinum. So very, very strong overall. I'm constantly fighting him on the ladder. So I'm currently ranked 3. There, shown by Asylum of Souls. And getting rank 1 GM as Protoss. Not too difficult there, Welshie. But But anyways, back to the game here. Spawning pool going down for Ozliam. Actually throwing down for a 14 pool. While continuing to make drones behind this. No gas taken by him just yet, as he should be going down for an expansion shortly. Actually should be sending it down very, very shortly, unless he's going to go for a 21 spawning pool. The probe coming back in now for XL. XL having to put down that early cannon as the spawning pool did go down first. 2 Lings currently out on the way for Ozliam. And they will be able to clear out this probe and also any pylons that are put down. So not really doing too much there for XL. So the probe is now cleared away. Lings are currently out on the way. And there goes the pylon now. Gonna deny it a bit longer, and it looks like Ozliam has 400 minerals, as XL is actually going to be heading down to the third. This is fantastic play by XL, knows exactly what he needs to do. Will he put down a pylon here at the third, though, and deny this so much longer? No, he doesn't get the deny there. So Ozliam's expansion was 300 minerals late. So very, very late expansion there by Ozliam. Should be taking this third almost instantly. There we go. So 3 bases there before 5 minutes. Very economic play there coming out by Ozliam. Getting those expansions up very, very early. XL's natural expansion is up slightly later than that of Ozliam's, as he did see that spawning pool first. So that means he had to put down that cannon. He had to put down the gateway before throwing down that nexus. Otherwise, those Lings could have got in there and done quite a bit of damage, been very annoying, possibly snipe a probe or two, depending on how well XL can micro against it. But there we go, Cybernetics Cord going down by him. 1 guy's already down for him and a second one on the way. And we see here Ozliam positioning those overlords so that he can check around in case there are any cannons possibly going down by XL. It is slightly late for that now, as the injects have now begun for Ozliam, and here's where the macro for the Zerg really begins. He has the queens out, and he's going to really start pumping out those units. Just needs to make sure he's extremely careful of those supply blocks, heading that down to the natural expansion. She's not going to go straight to the third. That's a bit of a run there for that queen. There we go, creep tumor going down there, so he can start that creep spread out across the map. Holding the Xel'Naga towers quite nicely there for Ozliam. So fantastic play there by him, really going to have that map control. May want to possibly position one just outside so that he can see when the forces do move out. Because again, this Xel'Naga tower doesn't quite give you full vision. XL now knows that that Xel'Naga tower is held by Ozliam. So he's possibly going to be running his army around the side and up around through that 4th base just to sneak around that watchtower. And if Ozliam does not scout it, he could be in a bit of trouble, as he's going to be playing very, very reactionary if there's any early aggression. We see here by XL, he is throwing down that robotics facility. Will we see this 2-base Immortal style all-in going to be coming out of him? He is getting the 3rd gas down there now at the natural expansion. It is very, very Sentry heavy, and also Immortals follow up behind it, so it is able to clean out any type of Ling pressure with the force fields and a few Zealots there as well, and any type of Roach pressure as well. It's very, very popular at the moment. Very, very popular at the moment for Protoss against Zerg on the SCA. So we see a lot of them going for this style of Immortal Sentry all-in off the 2 bases, and then if it does some damage, if he's managed to snipe that 3rd, he is able to take his own 3rd behind it. As it's just such a strong build. We do have 1 Immortal on the way now, while the +1 weapons has begun for XL. The gateways there finishing up in the main. Coming over here, having a look down inside Ozliam's base. There goes a Roach Warren, and the Evolution Chamber going to be starting that +1 range upgrade straight away. And also the Roach Warren going to be starting the Reconstruction, I believe. I think that's what it's called, if I remember correctly, the Roach Speed upgrade. Yes it is. Oh my god, I'm so good. He is going to be starting that straight away there. Nice little saturation here by Ozliam in the income tower. We do have 55 harvesters on the field for Ozliam and 35 for XL. XL has actually stopped probe production now, cleaning out an Overlord. How much did that Overlord actually see though? He did see the Robo. He wouldn't have seen that that Immortal though, as it is hidden off to the side, but he knows the Robo's out. Sentries have now started out now as well. I would have liked to see these Sentries possibly come out a lot earlier so that they can start to pool up that energy. Sentries that have been out on the field a lot longer than ones that are just warping in are so much more valuable, because they do have that extra time to really build up the energy and get down those extra force fields like this one here. So valuable overall, as it does have two force fields and almost a 3rd one saved up on it. Another Immortal coming out on the field for XL, a 3rd one going to be following up behind it while throwing down his 6th, 7th 5th, 6th, 7th. 5th, 6th, 7th. Gateways down there at the natural expansion, while Ozliam should be starting the Roach production now. Yes, there is. Roaches are now out on the field. They are going to have that +1 range upgrade and also the speed. He started this production at the exact time he needed to. At about 8 minutes is when you start that production of all the Roach, because you should have your 3 bases up. You should have them all close to saturated, and he should actually be, I believe it's 3 gas you only need for this build to really actually get it working. I believe this is the Stefano style build. Day9 did a massive analysis on it in one of his replays, and I believe it's 3 gas that you have for it, and you go Roach Ling. But Ozliam's actually looking to prepare to attack here. He's going to actually get an amazing flank onto that of XL. If he's not careful, he knows it's there, so this army's going to be pulling back now, and it's going to get an amazing flank here on this army. Needs to be careful, though, of those force fields. There are a lot of force fields. Could possibly be locked outside of this base, but it is also going to lock him inside the 3rd. And here comes the Roaches now, being able to hit those Immortals first. Needs to be careful of those force fields. They are just sitting up there. Needs to get in there nice and close so he doesn't get force fielded. And he does manage to get the army. There goes the force fields now. Excellent play there by XL. And Ozliam knowing when he needs to be pulling out. That 3rd base could possibly be going down now. The Immortals, they're getting some nice hits on it. But here come the Roaches. Actually managing to snipe one there. Really keep this 3rd base alive. XL doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it, as there's so many Roaches. And XL's going to lose this army to so many Roaches there, out by Ozliam. That Immortal is going to be cleaned up. Does manage to kill off a fair bit there, but a lot extra loss there for our Protoss player. And the Ozliam's going to be moving up now and dealing so much damage, so much pain onto XL, and there's not really too much he can do. Throwing down extra cannons, continuing that Immortal production. It's going to be very, very hard for him to hold off this next aggression, as the Zealot will there be cleaned up almost instantly. There it goes. And just more Roaches on the way. This very, very heavy Roach style that we see coming out by Ozliam is just so effective. Force field's going down, but again, force field's not going to be able to protect you forever, as he can just come up this other ramp. And up this ramp as well, there's actually no cannons. Oh, is he going to force field though before that does go down? No, he doesn't. He's going to get the cutoff. No, actually not cutting any off. Just actually force fielding them out. So now he can come up the front. It's actually got a nice little container. He will be able to go in here and possibly snipe off this 3rd, as Ozliam hasn't cleaned out this pylon, and that is very, very crucial. He's going to lose this 3rd base, and that is going to be big losses there for Ozliam. He is now forced to pull back as the 3rd base does fall, and those units are going to be heading up here into the natural expansion. Roaches are here now to try and protect. +2 range is on the way as well. Now, it looks like actually the natural expansion is taking so much damage. The Roaches, Ozliam are coming back. Will that natural expansion fall? If it does, it could be a big troll. Oh no, the natural expansion does fall. XL managing to find his way into the game again with fantastic play, but Ozliam is getting that 3rd now. And Ozliam does not have a 3rd, does not have a natural expansion, is going up here to take his 4th base. It's going to be very, very difficult for him, and during this time, XL is trying to claim a 3rd. No infestation pick currently down on the field for Ozliam, so he can go into that hive tech. Would like to see a 2nd evolution chamber also coming out on the field for him, so that he can start that armor upgrade for the Roaches. Actually, he has borrowed Roach tech. This could be very, very strong for him, actually, as he's actually going to be able to go underneath those force fields. Oh no, the army of XL is going to be moving out here. This is very, very crucial. And here it goes. There's no observer on the field, so he's going to be able to get right underneath that army. And this could be a big problem for XL. Actually not going all the way burrow underneath that army. And there we go, all those sentries dying so quickly. And here it comes now. Can't attack them. And XL knows he's lost this, as the Colossus will fall. Oh no, actually the Colossus managing to get away a little bit there. But the pathing does lose it. And there we go. Nothing on the field for XL. And GG! And Ozliam manages to take away the game. Another win for ToR.